Hello, welcome to C-Logic's ignitedLOCAL and Alibi Partners Design Studio. My name's Eddie, this is Josh. And today we're going to be walking through the digital strategy blueprint that we create post kickoff call. There are overall two steps that we know work for websites. One is ranking your website well so that visitors can get there quickly and easily. And two, converting them once they're there. The conversion process normally is made up of about 6 different steps. One is engaging the user, differentiating the market, qualifying the lead, building trust, moving the user to the next stage, and finally, conversion. So, with those in mind, we built out a blueprint. Okay? That's going to start with our client expectations and requirements. It moves into the website goals based on these requirements, a competitive analysis that we use to help inform our persona. Finally, how do we sell to our persona? That's conversion architecture, which leads itself very clearly to site structure. Then we take we look at look and feel of the website, and finally there's an innovation piece to help us be more to stand on the market and for people to remember our unique value props. So let's get started. So the first, requirements and expectations from the client. Now these are going to be both explicit and implicit. We hear this stuff on the phone call like, I don't want to have any free estimates on my site. It's because I have highly targeted demographics, and I also want to focus on call CTA, which means I want users to hit my website and be able to get on a phone call very easily with one of my sales experts. Okay. Now, there are other examples, but these are just the ones we're going to talk about right now. So that's going to help us inform our website goals. Now, our primary one is derived directly from what we've seen here. We want phone calls from our target demographic within the 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. window who've been qualified. Now, here that means they have the means, they have a need, intention, the time to get it done, and they're within the service area. Secondary goals would be to educate, like let's say with remarketing. So someone who maybe bought a fire alarm doesn't really need an access control, but they might need security. So we help to educate them there by showcasing unique value props of the other offerings and growing our reputation, which we know is something that we need to get done here. I have to edit that. Now I'm going to turn it over to Josh for the competitive analysis.
So now that we have a baseline in our requirements and expectations as well as our goals, we want to get a better understanding of the direction that we want to go with the website. So competitive analysis is going to allow us to do that. What we're looking for is trends that inform the rest of our process, that help us to understand our persona, where we want to go with conversion architecture, what we want to do with the structure of the site, the look and feel that we want to go with, and then an innovation piece that will really engage our users. So there are 2 ways that we do this. The first one is by looking on a national level at the top tier competitors. These competitors are going to be the biggest in the space and are really going to allow us to define the direction that we want to go with to make our client a lot more differentiated in their local market. But we also do want to look at those local peer competitors so that we understand where they stand at the moment and how we can take them above the rest. Once we understand all of this and we relate it back to the requirements and expectations that we have, such as we know that they want to have a great reputation, so we look at things like trust badges or referral programs that are really going to promote that. We can move that into our persona and start to get an understanding for who the audience is that we're trying to target. Some of this stuff we already know based on what the client has told us. We know that it's probably going to be a 30 to 60-year-old male, Caucasian, affluent, things like that. But what we're really looking for out of the competitive analysis is to get an understanding of the pain points that our persona is experiencing. Once we know what these pain points are, we can use those different feelings to influence how we start to build our conversion architecture so that in every step of the process of the website, we're attacking these different pain points and giving them a reason to buy our product. So in this case, we know that a lot of the competitors talked about bad customer service, how they satisfy the bad customer service pain point. We know customers are feeling a lack of support. We know they feel like they have contract issues. So in this case, what we're going to do with our conversion architecture is really try to answer these 3 different things.
Josh is absolutely right. The very first thing that we want to address in conversion architecture are those pain points. Here, we do it specifically with next day service, for an example. We know that contract issues and therefore reputation isn't quite as sterling as it could be, so we're going to approach with testimonials. And if our client is open to it, we might implement a referral program. Now, those are our top three. Those are normally very high on the website. We also want to focus a little bit on the special offerings that our client provides with plain English contract, next day service, live agent support, top tier products, the list goes on, right? Now, using this, there's almost a one-to-one relationship with what our site structure is going to look like, right? With the homepage featuring these, about page talking about how these people have a good reputation and providing some social proof, and on and on. This is an Alibi partner website, so we only do 3 to 4 pages, but for an ignitedLOCAL website, this would be much more robust, 7 to 10 web pages. The look and feel is something that we're going to approach next, and I'm going to let Josh handle that.
Yeah, so with the look and feel, this really is where we get into the fun part. We get to start defining what exactly our design is going to look like. And what we want to do with the look and feel is figure out what's going to resonate with the persona that we've created based on the conversion architecture, the site structure that we've already put together. So in this case, what we want to look at is some of the competitors, see what kind of designs they're using that are really working for their audiences. But in addition to that, we want to look at the message that we're giving off. So in this case, our client has a very no bull type of attitude. And so we want to make sure that gets conveyed in the copy that we put into the website. So make sure when you're talking about look and feel that it's not just what it looks like, but the entire feel that a customer gets when they go through the website. Once you've got that figured out, this leads into the final piece of the blueprint, which is innovation. So with all of this, we're trying to understand what's really going to, keep our persona on the website, what's really going to drive them through the funnel. With innovation, what we're trying to do is to differentiate the client. So in this case, we have a few ideas for some interactive elements or a nice infographic type design. The idea is that what we want to do is engage the persona and make sure that they stay on the website, or if they leave, that they want to come back later. To differentiate the client using some kind of innovative piece. So at this point, you should have a very good idea of what your website is going to look like and how you want to target your personas.
So, in conclusion, the requirements and expectations provide a foundation. The other points that we're making here provide a scaffolding so that we can create a complete website. Again, the website goals, competitive analysis, persona, conversion architecture, site structure, the look and feel, and finally